Our region's business is sponsored by PNC Bank. Solutions that help you achieve your goals in life. PNC, leading the way. And by Heffron Tillotson, a history of meticulous wealth management since 1948. Our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, a program in the spirit of Thanksgiving weekend. Pittsburgh social venture partners pitch in to bolster our region's nonprofits. Plus, the Pittsburgh Foundation steps up to extend a helping hand to our neighbors in need. But first, a slowing economy is leading to a sharp spike in demand for social services among nonprofit organizations serving everyone from the hungry to the homeless. And they're scrambling to respond to a wave of requests for help at a time when individual giving is down and government, foundation, and corporate resources are squeezed. Joyce Rothermel is the CEO of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, and Bob Nelkin is President and Chief Professional Officer of the United Way of Allegheny County. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You've been here at happier times for your organization over the years. This is really an unusual time.
It really is. It's a coming together of two things, of our resources being low at a time when there's greater demand.
And you're really seeing that? A lot more people knocking on your door right now than was the case just a few months ago or the case a year ago?
We are, and we really would like people to know that they have a place to turn if they have a need, but we need the community to know, too, that that's going to mean extra resources and extra help.
Sure. Where are the people coming from? Are they people who were kind of on the edge that now have been tilted over by the slowdown in the economy? New faces, the same old faces coming back?
It's a combination of all of those as people are feeling the impact of higher prices with stagnant wages or stagnant income. So we have some returns, some new people, and some people needing more help than just once a month. They're appearing at emergency time because it's just not stretching.
Wow. And this is the food bank, but Bob, you see it across social services.
Right. We've been convening all the agencies that we can gather together, and they're all reporting the same thing that the food bank's reporting, that demand is up, that people are struggling financially. And Bill, this is before we've even seen the results of whatever this economic downturn is going to be. People can't see around the corner. We don't know how big it's going to get. We don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know how many people are going to, be hurt. And so the need, as great as we already know it is, because all these agencies are saying it's more than it was before, it could actually increase and be a lot greater.
One of the things that's astounded me is by all the economic measures right now, Pittsburgh, our region's doing a heck of a lot better than most places in the country. What must it be like elsewhere? I mean, I imagine people in your positions, your peers, must really be struggling across the country.
Absolutely, and that's why it's important for the national organizations to have a pulse on that so they can direct resources accordingly.
What are you seeing happening here? This is also United Way campaign time. Are people still stepping up?
Yeah, but the Pittsburghers are really stepping up, and our campaign is on target to actually succeed this year, an increased goal over last year. And I think it's because people see the need, they know their neighbors or their relatives who are struggling, and they recognize that they're fortunate, and right now, that they can still give. I think people are nervous about it, and they're thinking what's going to be around the corner and will I still be able to contribute. But right now, I have to tell you, Bill, it's not a gloomy message. People are, in fact, stepping up.
Everybody, I guess, gets a little nervous, a little conservative.
Sure.
You're a little less willing to pull out the checkbook or whatever it takes. But I guess the lesson there is that given where we are right now in terms of the need, we have the capacity to deal with it.
Yes, we do, and I think we're taking advantage of that in terms of our planning, and hopefully we'll continue to have messages to bring to everyone in our community so we can respond appropriately.
They're coming up on, obviously this is Thanksgiving weekend, and it must be an especially acute time, but I imagine this then stretches right through Christmas because there's certain expectations that families have and certain desires they have to deliver a certain type of a holiday to their kids.
I'm feeling that what we do usually in November and December for the holidays, we're going to have a sustained effort because the need is going to continue to grow.
You really see the same thing? It's not just a holiday spike that we see every year?
Next Monday we're convening 60 leaders in human services to think about how do we reconfigure, because we know we've got to sustain some of the efforts like Joyce was talking about. We've got to figure out how we can help people as they're struggling with shelter or food or utility costs or emergency purchases or transportation, these 4 or 5 areas that we're starting to see greater need. So the community's going to have to respond. The good news, Bill, is we've had this sort of situation before when the steel industry collapsed, when there was great homelessness in the 1980s. We know this is a town that can come together.
Well, it's true. If you think of how extreme that was, 20, 25 years ago, one of the most severe economic setbacks suffered anywhere. Even in the worst case scenarios for Pittsburgh going forward, it doesn't look like we're in for anything like that, which means we've got the skills and the ability to deal with this.
We have the confidence in our partnerships and our relationships, faith-based organizations, nonprofits, corporate community, foundations, government leaders. They all come together in Pittsburgh and are up to the challenge.
Okay, so obviously everybody, you're doing your United Way campaigns at work. Now's the time to sign
Thanks for
up.
bringing that up, Bill.
Payroll deduction or wherever or whatever else. Talk to your employer for the food bank specifically, especially right now around the holidays. Joyce, how to help?
Well, we want people to visit our website. We have all kinds of ways that people can engage volunteer help, food drives, food donations, as well as financial contributions.
Okay, website, URL?
www.pittsburghfoodbank.org.
pittsburghfoodbank.org.
And for people who need help, 412-460-3663.
All right, without internet access. Well, good luck. It's going to be a tough year, but I guess together we can get it done.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Appreciate it. Next up, the Pittsburgh Foundation responds to the crisis with a new community fund. Stay with us.